It's the final countdown.
Da-na-na-na. Ba-ba-da-boop-bop. Do you think that's copyrighted? It probably is.
It probably is. We're probably gonna get sued or something, or at
Well,
least so.
good luck, bitch. I ain't got nothing.
Okay.
So we are at the final four. We are one episode away from the finale.
So big.
Wild.
Okay. So excited.
So before we get started talking about UK,
We got to introduce ourselves.
we have to introduce ourselves. That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's exactly
Okay.
it. That was exactly what I was gonna say, and nothing else. So let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Hi, everybody. My name is Faye.
Well, hello there. I am Erby.
Oh, and welcome back to I'm a Fan, the show where we talk about Drag Race and shit about it, shit on it. Welcome back to I'm a Fan, the show where we talk shit or fan out about Drag Race. So today we are talking about Drag Race UK episode 9. Lawrence is still fuming about last week. It didn't get you a badge, so was it worth it?
I don't think it was.
Ellie's still here, so in a sense, it was worth it.
True.
Had she, moved things around differently, she could have been the one to go home.
But I think Lawrence is more so. She's probably more so hurt that her friend did that. Because I feel like if it was somebody else she wasn't as close to, it would have been like, okay, it's competition. All right, bitch, I see it. I see you. She's just, my friend hurt my feelings and tried to sabotage me. So it's, that anybody can understand.
Erby, I love you, but if we were in a competition competing for something that I really wanted, I'd put you in the worst, and you were doing really well in the competition, I'd put you in a terrible spot.
And I would do the same. I'm not gonna lie. I would do the same. Everyone should understand that there's still love there and still respect there. And like you said, I probably would be flattered too if you saw me as a threat like that. I understand it, but Lawrence is still heated.
I understand those feelings, but at the same point in time, you are in a competition. Let it go. Let's keep it moving forward. Even if you don't understand why she did that, even if you can't get past it, you can't just sit in this moment. Because if you sit in this moment, that's only going to be your detriment.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of saw a little bit of that in this episode too.
Also, before we get into a new day in the workroom, Tace is like, we know she has a lot of energy, but she's like literally insane. They were getting out of drag and she was rolling around on the floor, kicking up on the tables. I was like, girl, what is happening?
I loved it. And then I put here, I love Tace's evil laugh. Like she did this evil laugh in her confessional. That was just so hilarious. I could not stop laughing after that.
I have been so thankful for her. Like, especially after Tia was gone, like Tace is like definitely taking up the mantle as like the narrator of the season. And I've been loving it.
Yeah. Oh, Tia, I miss Tia, but yes.
Right? I miss Tia too. Tia for Miss Congeniality, even though they don't do that. Tia, you are my honorary Miss Congeniality.
Mine too.
So it is a brand new day in the workroom. That hat was ridiculous. That hat was just so stupid.
Is there a reason why Ru is coming out in these wigs and hats and stuff?
What is going on?
I legit looked it up. I was like, what is going on with these wigs and hats? And nobody knew. So like, is there a reason for it?
Like, girl, are you getting your skull redone? Like, what the hell is happening? So the mini challenge is puppets, baby, because everybody loves puppets.
Yay.
Can I be honest? I actually don't like puppets. For a very long time, when I would go to stores, I would be afraid to go near the mannequins because I felt like they would grab me. They're going to grab me and take me somewhere and make me a mannequin.
Oh, God. I mean, a mannequin, like mannequins are scary. They're creepy. My aunt used to have just the heads, so she could put her wigs on and whatnot. And they looked so creepy. And they always had like that. Yeah, that. Exactly. So like, the smiles, some of them will have these smiles or like smirks, not even smiles, like a smirk.
I can't do the ones that have like faces. Like the ones that I have are like, they have like the whited out face. And, like I talk to them and like, make sure that they feel comfortable with the wig that I'm putting on them because, I want to feel comfortable with the wig I'm wearing too. So, I can imagine they would be too. So we have a good relationship right now. So I'm not too worried. But yeah, I can't do the ones with the faces. They really, really freak me out. But yeah, so so there's that. Everyone is assigned a puppet. Ellie has Taste. Lawrence has Ellie, which is just was a recipe for disaster. Bimini has Lawrence, and then Taste has Bimini. I think aside from Bimini with Lawrence, everyone was kind of in.
Yeah, it was alright. Like I was more interested to see how they would dress up the puppets because they were supposed to dress the puppets as the person, that they have, dress them in drag. And yeah, Bimini's was the most interesting too to look at.
It was.
Once again, Bimini's my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, as she is in everything about this competition, Bimini is yet again the favorite. I was expecting so much more from Lawrence. I was like, oh, she about to go in. But she didn't. Yeah. It was very like, chill. And I was like, okay, but I kind of wanted the drama. Y'all set it up. I wanted the,
Right. Yeah, she did say a little something. But what did she say? I think I wrote it down. No, I did not. But she said a little something. I started writing it. I put Lawrence had me die. And I didn't even finish the word dying.
Lawrence had me. Oh, you know what? Actually, she didn't. She had the whole like badge bit, but like it wasn't juicy. It wasn't like particularly funny where it gave me like, ha ha ha, It was just like, oh, that was cute.
Everybody was just blah. They were there.
They were present on that day of filming. Yes. Rightfully deserved. Bimini wins this mini challenge. And then Ru lets them know that the maxi challenge is going to be BeastEnders, where insert gif of Alyssa going beast. So it's going to be an acting challenge where they are each going to be assigned these different characters and essentially do a parody of EastEnders, which is a British, kind of like a British soap opera type of thing. Because Bimini won the mini challenge, Bimini gets to assign the roles. Everyone's like, I'm good with this role, I'm good with this role, you go with this role, you go with this role, I'm good with this role, you go with this role, we go with these roles, all right. It was very, very chill and peaceful.
No drama, which was so disappointing, but but I guess that's, hey, good for them.
Can we talk about Taste wearing these white titties?
That was honestly my favorite moment when they were getting ready. Because I just love, and she was living for it too. Like she was
like, I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep them just like this, babe.
I loved it.
You better work playing a Karen with these white titties. You better. At this point in the episode, Ellie and Lawrence finally kind of hash things out, and we essentially are repeating the same information. We know how Lawrence feels, we know how Ellie feels, but they finally, I guess, listen to each other a little bit, and they decide to bury the hatchet, which is, honestly, it's about damn time for me. I'm like, oh, thank God. We then go into them getting a visit from Natalie Cassidy, who helps them with their soap opera acting. So there's a lot of fun, silly moments. She gives them some great advice at the end, though, that I think is particularly great, which is don't try and make it all a shouting match. Have some ebb and flow within the scene and within your dialogue, which I think is such an important thing to do. Actors are guilty of this too. Hi. For people. Okay. Roll the tape. Can you imagine a compiled recording of every time you've overacted?
Nobody out there, please don't do that. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness, please do. Please do. Then when me and Erby really get somewhere, I want to see a bunch of them. I want to see watch Faye overact for 20 minutes. But yeah, when you're talking about people who don't have too much acting experience, that advice is incredibly helpful, because I think when people think, they're getting into arguments, they think, oh, well, I'm arguing, so I'm yelling. When in reality, there's so much ebb and flow to a normal argument anyway. It's not always a shouting match. And even if it is a shouting match, there's still an ebb and flow to the shouting match, because if we're just seeing two people shout at each other, it gets boring, like Natalie said. If any actors are watching this, or anyone who wants to get into acting, you have a scene where you're in an argument with somebody, don't shout the whole scene. I've definitely seen it, and I've definitely been in it, and it's not good. It's never good.
It's not good for your throat, your voice too.
Baby,
By the end of it, you're gonna be like, wow, what the hell happened? But yeah, I agree with you. It is definitely really good notes. And honestly, we're gonna get to it, but I think some people should have used the note a little more.
I guess we'll talk about Bimini first, because she has the first line. So Bimini, I thought, did a great job. I think overall she probably did do the best in the challenge.
Even though she did have a lot of moments where she was yelling, I still found nuances within that though. So like it kind of, it didn't forgive, because at some point I was like, oh, y'all yelling too much. It kept it interesting, so it wasn't like, oh, never boring. Even when she was being more of the submissive part, and she was cleaning the floor and whatnot.
She always picks like these like little small nuances with every character that she plays to give you some variety. And it's always such a weird, stupid choice, and it makes me smile every single time.
Your eyes were just glued to her. I'm trying to figure out, what is she doing? Why is she doing that? Why is she doing it like that? In general, great actors, that's what makes them great, because, just little details like that.
I thought Ellie, in the overall presentation, I thought it came out really well. I do agree with Graham. I do think that there were some funnier moments that could have been had, especially because it is a drag version of the character. But otherwise, I think she did a really good job.
At first, I didn't recognize her. I liked it. I thought it fit the character really well. There were definitely moments that, she could have let loose and have more fun with, and she was too in her head. All in all, I think she did do a good job. Just a preference. There isn't anyone that I thought did a bad job at this.
Same. I thought everyone did great.
People had moments, like Ellie definitely had moments where she forgot her lines. Some of the most obvious lines, like you know your co-star's character's name. But being actors, we know, that stuff happens. At the end of the day, it's what goes onto the screen in the show. And the end results were great. I enjoyed it.
Lawrence in the rehearsal was a big yikes for me. I was like, oh, she probably is gonna land herself on the bottom. Every line was like flying out of her head.
Shout out to the editor, whoever edited that. Shout out to them, because they probably had a tough time, honestly, because there was a lot of moments where Lawrence was really flubbing her lines. Whoever edited that did a really good job, because you could not tell at all. She was flirting with Ellie's character, the grandma. I thought it was just so funny. That's the scene also where they were flubbing the lines, but it ended up being really funny. Ellie mounting the mannequin.
Yes, Ellie's sex scene with the mannequin, which was listen, I'll just say quarantine's been going on for too long, and that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
I'll flat out say that mannequin was looking fine. Okay, I'll flat out say it. And maybe it was quarantine, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm just discovering other parts of myself. Like, it was fine. Okay.
Okay, so last but certainly not least was Taste. She started off Australian, but other than that, I legitimately think Taste did such an amazing job with this. She was probably like my second favorite. It was Bimini and then Taste for me. I think Taste did like such a wonderful job. And the judges even commended her on her wonderful job, but then still, spoiler alert, put her in the bottom. And it was like, but she excelled. And then yes, Lawrence's like final product was good, but like that rehearsal should have counted for something.
That's what I'm thinking. Honestly, I know they weren't there, but like, just hearing the feedback, and Michelle was there. So like, it was really bad for Lawrence. But I think that in comparison, the end result, maybe Taste did come off a little bit more tame, and she could have went out there a little bit more, or I don't know the choice. But I enjoyed it. My favorite scenes, honestly, was the scene with Taste and Bimini. Not only just probably the better written scene, but like I think they did a good job performing it. You can see the growth with Taste. She was having a good time and she was not in her head during it. And she came prepared. I was hoping they were going to say something about the skin complexion and the boobs, and but you know, I guess
Because
that wasn't.
it was funny. It was so funny. Even like in the final result, I was like, why she got this white ass titties? Taste mentioned like in the Untucked, like that she feels like that they're sleeping on her a little bit. And like honestly, I kind of agree. Like they're sleeping on you, babe. Like you've been killing it, especially once she came back. Like she has been like,
Yeah.
okay, the off week of the, when they were the super sheroes, that was an off week. For sure deserved to be in the bottom for that. But like other than that, like Taste has been killing it the entire time since they've come back from their break. And like
Yeah.
she has been really slept on. So I get it, babe. Like they're giving you the Jan edit, and I'm not happy about it.
I'm not happy about it either. Especially when there's other people that I'm like, that did worse.
So the theme for the runway was Panto Dames. So apparently it is like pantomime dames, kind of like a theater or comedic trope within like live performance for like British theater, because I've never heard of it before. So I'm going to assume it's like a British
Yeah.
thing. But
Right.
essentially it's like it's people in drag giving like this extra draggy version of like whatever this character is.
I didn't do any research, but like it sounds like it like originated from like Shakespeare, and when they didn't allow women to be in theater, perform and act. So okay, all right, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
I didn't make sense. I didn't research. So I'm like, what?
No, I mean, but what you said does kind of make sense if that it because that is kind of how like things kind of started. So it makes sense that like that thought process has kind of like been warped on its head and like turned into like a
Mm-hmm.
panto dame sort of like archetype within like theater and live performance for them. That's my understanding of it, but I could be wrong because again, I'm a dumb American. So, and I don't claim to not be. So first we have
Yeah.
Lawrence Cheney. Okay, I loved this category because of Lawrence. As soon as Lawrence, because I didn't know what Panto Dame meant, but when Lawrence turned and started walking down the runway, I was hooked. I loved this outfit so much. It was so cute, something so different from Lawrence that we have not yet seen before. I stand it. I wanted it, which is. I mean, if I wanted it, I gotta stand it. Like,
I thought of you as soon as I saw it. Like, this is something that Faye could rock for sure.
period.
And it goes with your aesthetic a little bit. I loved the headpiece. As soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I really enjoy this. And the details, when you start looking closer at the details of it all, I was like, oh, this is so dope. So I stand it too.
Taste. I will agree with the judges that it did look different than everything else on the runway, but I will not. From what I read about Panto Dames, this still fit within the category. So I didn't understand why they were like, oh, well, yours is less Panto Dame than the others. It's like, okay, but this is what I chose to do with it, and it still fits the category. And do I not look stunning? Do I not look stunning?
She looked beautiful. I didn't get why some people were not hating on it, but like just didn't show it as much appreciation as I thought it should have gotten.
Honestly, high key, I'm gonna stand it. I'm gonna stand it. And it's probably because she's being ignored and it makes me upset. But also she looks great. So I'm gonna stand it. Her.
It's very much, taste in her lane. So if she had stepped outside the box a little tiny bit, I would have stand it. But I'm gonna be a big fan of it.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks amazing.
Oh.
Stop. But that is dope though.
Isn't
That
it?
is dope.
Isn't it dope?
It is.
Look at my eyebrow. I couldn't make a full eyebrow, so I just I just drew a line. It was like, that's a brow.
Oh my gosh. I make a mistake.
That's somebody's brow.
Oh, it looks good though.
Thank you, babe. All right, so next we have Bimini. Gorgeous, so stupid. I loved it. I love the juxtaposition of her looking so like this little cute little 5-year-old, then walking on the runway. Like, it was so cute. It was so cute. I loved it.
But it's playful. And I love the walk to her stomping the grounds, just angry, but looking so adorable. The shoes. I love the shoes, the strappy shoes
Yeah.
and the flowers. It was still very high fashion. And it reminds me of stuff that I've seen, bloggers wear, these poofy baby doll dresses and whatnot that can be somewhat costumey, but like because of how you rock it and the color palette, it looks fashionable. Bimini, bitch. Bimini.
I'm gonna stand this too. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, I stand it tenfold.
And last but not least, we have Ellie. I liked it a lot. And I thought it was actually kind of timely considering the fact of kind of like what's going on with the royal family right now. I'm gonna say I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of it. It's a really great runway all around this week.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it too. Speaking of people who know their brand, like Ellie definitely knows her brand and knows what consists of that brand. And it would have been probably a stand if she did step outside of her box. But I'm a fan. Just a fan. Not a high fan, not a low fan, but just a fan of the look.
So Bimini wins her 4th challenge, officially putting her in the top spot when it comes to repeater badges. IMO, she's ready for that crown, baby. Just give it to her. Just hand her that crown. Yeah. Which is insane because she would be the first person ever to lip sync in the first episode for her life and then win the crown.
She deserves it, damn it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We then have Lawrence as safe and Tace and Ellie as our bottom 2. Do you agree?
I do not agree. I don't agree. I really do think Lawrence should have been in the bottom.
I agree.
With Ellie.
Yes, yes. I agree. I think Lawrence should have been in the bottom. I think they are really just like I don't know if like RuPaul just like really wants to see Tace perform 28,000 times, but like she definitely did not deserve to be in the bottom at all.
I thought she was gonna go. I read it.
No, I did too, because it's her 4th lip sync. No one survives 4 lip syncs. No one.
Yeah. And both girls, like they were doing a really great job with the lip sync. It was a really fun lip sync. They put me through it.
No, for sure. Which is why I thought it was going to come down to track record, because they both did a really good job. Which is why I was going to be really upset that Tace was going to go home, because she shouldn't have been in the bottom, period. So they lip synced to Last Thing on My Mind, performed by The Steps. And yeah, just a great lip sync. But I'm going to say, in my opinion, Tace won that lip sync.
I agree. When she's performing, showing the passion and the drama, but at the same time, the movement, the dancing, and all that skill, she is a lip sync assassin. She really is.
Yeah, for sure. Performer. I think Ellie also did a great job. I was not expecting Ellie to like turn it like she did. Like she came out there with every drag move she could throw out of her, she could pull out of her pocket. She was like, it's right before the finale. We're gonna give you every buck and kick that I can, every stereotypical drag move that I can give you, I'm gonna give you it. So they both stay, which it's fine. It's fine. But at this point, it's kind of it feels very for the people who have watched Drag Race Holland, feels very Abby, oh my God. It feels like someone should have been eliminated, because we are getting to the final 3. And like, as much as I love both Ellie and Tace, because of track record, because Ellie has never won a badge, and because Tace has been in the bottom so much, neither one of them are probably going to win. So they probably should have eliminated somebody. It doesn't make sense to me to move them both forward. I think it's cute, and I think it's like, it's all like, like everybody, yay, everybody's saying, yay. Everybody gets to go to the finale. We've all worked so hard, which you have. But from a story perspective, from a competition perspective, it makes no sense to keep them both with both of their track records.
No, I agree with you.
They both deserve to get to that finale this season. For them, especially having to start filming and then having to stop filming and then coming back 7 months later, they should be rewarded for all of their hard work. But in the same point, just from a competition perspective, it didn't make sense to keep up. So that's just it. Yeah. It's fun, but it didn't make sense. So Erby, all in all, Are you a fan of this episode?
Yes, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Frustrated about taste, but it was still fun to watch. And who doesn't love a happy ending? I guess at the end of the day, nobody goes home. Okay.
Very true. I will say that I'm a fan as well, because yeah, who doesn't love a happy ending? It was cute, and I enjoyed it. And while it doesn't make sense, it was still really great to see. We're gonna go into the finale next. We both have the same opinion, but let's just say it again.
Right.
We are both, team Bimini Bon Boulash. I love all of the girls that have made it to this finale, but Bimini's gonna take this. We all know it.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see y'all next week for Bimini's crowning, which is exciting. We're gonna talk about nothing but Bimini next week. We don't talk about anyone else in the episode but Bimini. No, but I'm very, very excited to see this next episode. I always love the final episode because it's like the culmination of all the work that all the girls have done, and they all really put their effort into like that final performance. Because normally it's like a musical number. They perform like a song and like write a verse for it. So I'm very, very excited to see it.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited. I know it's gonna be a great show because everybody's great performers. Yeah, and it's almost over. So it's like,
Oh my God, babe, we're almost done with this season. The week after next, we are only going to talk about one episode of Drag Race.
Yeah.
Can you believe that hasn't happened since week 2 of US?
Right.
Can you believe?
It's been fun though, but like, yeah, it kind of went by fast now in retrospect. Like, oh wait, it's already March, mid-March.
Yeah, thinking about it, it has. It's gone by pretty quickly.
Right. Yeah. But I'm excited to see, and then we're gonna dress up. We're gonna look nice, but not too. We're gonna look nice, regardless. I know I'm gonna try to dress up for the finale. I'm trying to do that for both.
Oh,
finales.
we're dressing up.
Are we not?
Oh, I gotta get ready. I only have a week.
No, don't do it.
I only have a few days.
Oh my God! I forgot to mention. I also love Taste's outfit because it reminded me of Ninetales from Pokemon. Right.
Oh yeah, all the tails. Yeah. It did. Yeah. It did kind of look like Ninetales.
Ninetales is one of my favorites. So.
Okay, but like, do you know a Alolan Ninetales? Can we talk about a Alolan Ninetales?
No.
Oh baby. Okay. We're gonna go because I gotta show Erby Alolan Ninetales. We will talk to y'all later. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the things that you want to do. We love you, and we will talk to you next week. Team Bimini.
Bye.
Bye.